Hi boys and girls, it's Miss Kai here. So today we're making a video and it just so happens to be October. So I am wearing this costume and it goes with this painting because today I dressed up as Bob Ross. Have you ever seen that artist on Netflix? It's called The Joy of Painting, and his name is Bob Ross. He is a great painter. I love to watch him, and you should go check it out. It's on Netflix, The Joy of Painting. So, putting that aside, I just wanted to explain why I'm dressed the way I am. Today we are going over our lesson, i-igloo-iii. All right? Again, it's i-igloo-iii. So we will be making our own igloo art today. What you're gonna need is a piece of paper to set your igloo on that is darker. So I decided to use black because I think that white will show up very well on black paper. But you could do blue, you could do green. It's totally up to you, okay? So you're gonna wanna get a background paper of darker color, and I chose black. And then you're gonna get a piece of ordinary white paper. Now, to set up for your art, you're gonna wanna either cut it with scissors or you could rip it with your hand. This is gonna be the blocks for our igloo. So you can either rip it in strips, and then we want to rip it into small pieces. And these are gonna be our little ice blocks that we are going to make the igloo out of. So I can either rip them, and I think that's the fastest method, ripping them into little ice blocks because igloos were made out of blocks, or we can use our scissors, okay? And you can cut out little ice blocks, and you're gonna have a different look. So it depends on what you want your igloo to look like. Do you want it to look very exact? So here we can see the exact little square. Or do you want it to look more like that? It's totally up to you, okay? So I'll pause the video and I'll give you some time to go ahead and do that right now. Okay guys, so I'm gonna get my supplies together. So I have my black background paper. I'm gonna need the pencil. I'm gonna go ahead and need some, need my white paper that I ripped up, my little snow blocks. And then I also found some colored chalk. So I'm gonna be using some colored chalk today. And guess what? In this art activity, we get to use our white crayon because I'm using a dark background. So that'll show up nicely. I got some white chalk, some orange chalk, my glue stick. There we go. It's kind of what we need. So these are my colored chalk pieces. I've got white and orange there. I'm also going to use a blue and a green piece of chalk because I'm going to be making, I want to use these colors for my northern lights. So the scientific name is Aurelio Borealis, and that's that blue, green, orange sky up at the North Pole. So this is what we're gonna need for this part of our art project, okay? So go ahead and gather your supplies and let's start. Okay, so here I have my background, and I'm gonna go ahead and use a pencil, and I'm gonna go ahead and draw kind of where I want my igloo to be. Remember, an igloo has the general shape of a half circle, right? And so that means my ground is going to be right here. I think I'm going to draw a ground. And then I'm sure my igloo, they're going to want a chimney because if it's cold, and then I'm going to need a doorway to get it. So I use a pencil and you can't really see. Okay guys, so what I did was I went and got some chalk and then a white crayon. So the fun thing about this activity is that we can finally use our white crayon. And that's if you go ahead and get a background that's dark enough for white to show up. A lot of times we can't use the white crayon, but in this activity we can. So that is a lot of fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and trace over my pencil line with the white crayon. It's showing up super nice. And it tells me where I have to keep my white paper collage inside. It's setting the boundaries. So that'll be my ground. Boom. Now you might be asking, why did I bring colored chalk? Well, the setting of my picture is somewhere in the North Pole. And a cool scientific phenomenon that happens up there is that they have these things called the Northern Lights. So I'm going to go ahead and use this colored chalk to create some northern lights on the top of my picture. So my sky, it's a dark sky, and the northern lights happen because of the chemicals in the atmosphere and how the sun reflects off of them. So it makes these awesome colors. I'm not sure if any of you have ever seen on like the History Channel. They show this phenomenon, and one day I want to go up there and see it because I think that would be a great thing to see in my lifetime. Yeah, so my sky, and because it's chalk, I can blend it. Just using my fingers to blend it. To create that sky on the top. Look at that, that's cool. We're gonna just go ahead and bring that down. And I'm gonna finish up filling in this space here with my pieces of white paper. And maybe I'll go ahead and use the crayon or maybe some more chalk to create a snowy ground. So just remember, this is your art, so it doesn't have to look exactly like mine. You get creative, okay? And don't forget, I want to see them. So when you're done making your art, I want you to take a picture, and I'll do the same. And then check the next slide for my finished piece.